Available for upcoming games. Please go to the nearest.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
To celebrate our nation, that was Skylar Cole with tonight's national anthem performance. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Colin Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Matisse Thybulle, MP out there with Henderson. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the 4 spot. And for Utah, the guard pair, it's George and Sexton. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
And as we get deeper into the season, MP's let it be known that he intends to get his hands on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Well, he plays with a lot of pride, and we've seen that all season. But as much as individual goals matter, he's got to keep in mind that the best way to show his worth is to help the team win. And no point in accumulating individual accolades if your team hasn't had success. Winning still needs to be the #1 priority.
Outside, Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh. Scheming at 13. And Sexton is good for 3.
Well, there's the sleight of hand by Sexton, launching quickly.
Here's MP with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. MP's got his second basket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's Collins. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Outside for Sexton. And here's George for 3. They get it again. Kessler with the bucket.
Well, gobbling up boards is what Kessler does best. Got some points out of that one, too.
Pass to MP. Rebound, Utah. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Caught up with Will Hardy a few minutes ago. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Williams. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Great instincts from MP. He's shown great potential as a passer in his young career.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
MP inside, defended by George. It's Henderson on the wing. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Henderson's got his second basket.
Yeah, the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
George looking around. The Jazz with another miss. And so MV will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Well, I think they found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Collins. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. In a moment here to highlight some of the best and brightest from beyond the stripe. Number 1, Anthony Simons. 4th spot held by Scoot Henderson.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line, and that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
MP kicks to Thibault. Back to MP. It's Henderson on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Henderson with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, MP against George. And here's Collins from outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Collins has got 5 now.
Well, not what you'd call a volume shooter from 3, but Collins can hit.
Williams against George. Back to Henderson. Here's the 3. Henderson with another miss.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Kessler. The Jazz working the ball around now. Sexton finds Collins. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Trailblazers trail by 7. MV outside. Back to Henderson. Takes a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. MP's got his 3rd assist on the night.
But part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Here's Sensabaugh. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
Now here's Williams. In the corner, Henderson with it. For 3. Connects again from distance.
He's been hitting threes at a very high level, and we haven't seen many better from beyond.
That last triple ties him for the 4th most made in a single season. 3-pointer. The shot by Sexton, no good.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Henderson finds Williams. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
Pass to Sexton. Kessler with it. Here's Hendricks. With the teardrop. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Back to Henderson. Williams with the ball. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. Rejected by Kessler.
And look, Kessler just has a nose for the ball. He is a certified shot blocker.
Jazz have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. high, arcing shot, and George gets it to go.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Now here's Henderson. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And again for three.
This is amazing. That moves him into fourth place alone on the list of most three-pointers in a season.
It's been fantastic to witness. A year like this doesn't happen often. Sexton kicks to Collins. Kessler setting the pick for Sexton. Off target with his three.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
George passes to Sexton. Throws it up high. Clinging with the steal. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
A crafty move there from MP to get to the foul line. The young man, fearless inside.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Sharp's checked in. It's George on the wing over MP. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Sexton. 6 points from Keontae George. MP inside. Defended by George. Williams gets the bucket.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Sexton. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Yeah, give credit to those guys for playing with such aggressiveness. It makes a huge difference when you get that kind of boost from your second unit.
Here's Klingon. Outside for Murray. Outside, Walker. Now Williams. 10 points for him. 5 on the clock. Walker controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 6-point Portland lead.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to Hendricks. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Sexton. The past month has been surreal. He's averaging 28 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Charlotte just was phenomenal. He finished with 30 points, and as usual, he orchestrated the offense with superb passing. Numbers like that are sure to get attention around the league, and everyone's excited to see what he does tonight. Guys?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Well, what I love about MP is he's always working on his game. Every day, year-round.
And the Jazz making a change here. Martin's checked in.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Now here's Simmons. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Trailblazers leading by 6. The drive by MP. Walker with a clean look. Portland again missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Simmons dishes to Sexton. Over Sharp. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Sexton's got 7 points.
A dynamic scorer. Sexton will absolutely take the mid-range, Jay, if you give it to him.
Back to Sharp. Lets the 3 fly. And Simmons with the rebound. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against the Hornets. Pass to Sensabaugh. With the defensive effort.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's MP. He's got 12. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Sensabaugh. And the 3-ball is good. Sensabaugh's got his second bucket of the night.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
And here is Williams. Walker in the corner. Now, here's MP. Lays it up off the glass. 14 points for him.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
A 3 from Simmons. No good on the last second attempt there. MP getting it done for Portland. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Ben Simmons is out there with Collier. Then it's Martin. And it's Hendricks in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
Well, Klingon isn't just tall. He's also got some meat on him. That comes in handy against the physical defense.
Boy, Greg, it seems like the big men have returned. And Donovan Klingon is one of them.
Yes, he is 7'2" with a wingspan to match. The capability to dominate the paint. And his impact is felt at both ends of the court.
MP deciding where to go with it. It's Henderson on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Jazz trail by 3. To the inside. It's deflected.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Out to the right wing. Here's Collier, covered by MP. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. No good. That would have tied it. Outside Williams. Back to Henderson. To the paint. Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there.
So much ball being played in the air. Sharp can really go get it.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They host the Kings after this game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Hendricks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Donovan Klingon.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Utah, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
That wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Here's Collier. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Trailblazers leading by 3. MP outside. Henderson left side. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier. Over MP. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Williams. He's got 14. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the lob to the hoop, and it's Klingon with the jam.
And what a setup for Klingon, who just has to reach up to throw down that lob.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Hendricks. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Sends the ball, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. MP with it. Pass to Henderson. And the foul called on Isaiah Collier. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Mikhailuk is checked in, and Portland with a change here too. DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Klingon. Ayton, the pass to Williams. Right through contact, MP.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Collier. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. From 11 feet away, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Outside Williams. Henderson kicks to Williams. 5 to shoot. Out to Henderson from downtown. And they recover it. Ayton, another shot. The putback. It's good on the putback. Ayton's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And stolen by Ayton. Pass to Williams. Henderson right side. Good, and the assist goes to MP. And now a 10-point Portland lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here is Martin. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. MP attacking the open floor.
Well, tonight has been the MP show. And, guys, they have to keep it simple. Just keep feeding MP the ball and keep seeing him add to that point total.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. The Jazz. Walker Kessler comes in for Mikhailuk. And it's John Collins in for Martin. So the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Rockets. And stolen by Ayton. Anderson with it, outguarded by Simmons. Here's Williams. Inside, MP gets it.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Simmons. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Collier. Collins a screen on MP. Inside, the end of the drought, and finished off by Collins.
Using his size inside, Collins refusing to settle for the layup and elects the dunk instead.
Now here's Williams. 20 points for him. Anderson, no one around. Good, another from 3.
And his incredible shooting season continued.
Oh, up the history charts he climbs, GA. Now tied for 3rd all-time for threes in a season. Absolutely amazing. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. John Collins was a force in his first few years, Stan, but hasn't seemed to match that level of success since that time. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's a few reasons, Kevin. Number one, I just think it's a lot about opportunity, and he went from being the number 2 guy on a team to being the...
Connects again from distance.
The threes just don't stop with him. He's been a machine from beyond the arc ever since the start of the season.
He continues, doesn't he, to shoot his way up the history books and now sits solely by himself for 3rd most threes in a season. The Jazz again can't hit it.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Back to MP. Pass to Henderson from outside the arc. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Jazz trail by 16. Right side, Simmons. And stolen by Thibault. Fast break, here we go. Here's Williams. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And where would these guys be without all the easy points off these turnovers?
Pass to Collins. The 3 from George. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Williams. It's sent back down by Simmons. Now George. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Shot clock at 5. The shot by Sexton, no good. Portland leading by 15. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sensabaugh is checked in. Back to George. And the layup falls. And now that's 11 points from Keontae George.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Pass to Collins. Here's Sensabaugh. From past the arc. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And here is Williams. He's got 22. Ayton a screen on George. MP dishes to Ayton.
Yeah, he has so much size. Ayton forcing the defense to collapse on him and gets to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz, trailing by 19. Outside, George. And stolen by MP. Plays it in off the breakaway. Williams has got 24 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Collins finds George out to the wing. Jazz passing it around. Collins passes to George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
It's Henderson on the wing. Ayton sets the pick for Henderson. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. George against MP. Count the basket. George has got 16 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now here's Williams. 24 points for him. Henderson outside. Back to MP. Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great delivery on the pick and roll. MP with a good sense of timing.
Jazz trail by 18. Outside, Sexton. Back to George. Outside, Sexton. Collins a screen on Murray. Outside for George. 4 on the clock. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. Williams with the ball. It's Henderson on the wing. No good with the triple. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Walker with some nice D. And so it's Portland finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story.
Vintage teamwork right there tonight. Everyone is looking to be the setup guy.
Yeah, when anyone could be the next to score, the defense can't tell what's coming. And the ball is certainly finding the open man.
And time for a look here at how the West is shaping up as we continue to work our way through this season.
And taking a look at the Trailblazers, they've stayed in the mix. A few people predicted they might regress. Clearly, that hasn't been the case. They continue to hum along. It'll be interesting to see how they close out this year.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Scoot Henderson in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters. He's been a huge factor from outside.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Henderson out there with MP. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 4. George against MP. Sexton on the wing. Pass to Collins. Rebounded by Kamare. Trailblazers leading by 17. Right side, Williams. Henderson left side. Kicks it out to MP, and he drives in, and it's sent back by Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Henderson defending. Pass to George. Here's Sensabaugh. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Sensabaugh's got 11 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
For three, Henderson. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Sexton against Williams. Pass to Henderson. There's the triple. Utah with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Sensabaugh. Defended by Thibault. George against Henderson. Taken away by Williams. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Basket good. Thibault's got his first bucket in this one.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, you got to keep George away from the basket, or you can expect to get dunked on.
Out to Henderson. MP outside. Back to Henderson. Shot clock at 6. The three. Knocks down the three ball. Henderson's got 30 points.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Outside Collins. Back to George. Again, the Jazz score.
Yeah, how about the recognition by George? He saw that shot clock going down.
Pass to Williams. In the corner, Henderson with it. Back to MP. It's good. MP's got 28.
MP doing a great job letting the play develop, making the defense pick their poison.
George against Williams. Shot by Collins, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Henderson finds Williams. Back to Henderson. And it's sent back by Kessler. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So, it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. They get the rebound and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And you know, for that Pelicans game, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Klingon, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Sharp in for Henderson. He's off on the second. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks, Kevin? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Pass to Sensabaugh. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 4 assists now tonight.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
And he makes the first. And the NBA coach has made sure franchises can't sell their future via draft picks in a trade. What do you think of that?
I think it was probably a good idea because, you know, all of us, coaches, maybe even more than GMs, but organizations get to a point that you want to win so badly in the present that you're willing to just sacrifice the future, and that can lead to some very bad teams down the road, and the NBA doesn't want that.
And we've seen that. You're right. A lot of examples. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Jazz have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. The first one falls. Good on both. Here is Williams. 30 points in the game. Pass to Avdia. Back to MP. Here's the screen. MP finds a gap. That one goes. Count it. MP's got 8 here in the quarter.
MP on a mission there to get to the bucket.
Outside Collins. Now Kessler. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Sexton for 3. Doesn't go for him.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Williams with the basket on the assist by Avdia. MP's got 34 points.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Launches it from deep. The Jazz with another miss. And it's Williams with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just the second of 7 away from home.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And George kicks to Collins. Down low, here's Sensabaugh. The rebound by Sharp. Trailblazers leading by 21. Pass to Avdia. George against MP. And here's Sharp. Back to Williams. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Sharp. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
Walker's checked in for the Trailblazers. Pass to Hendricks. Martin with a screen on Walker. And here's Martin. Defended by Avdia. Sexton on the wing. He's got 7. Another miss by Utah.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. and his team is struggling as a result.
And Sharp has it in the corner. Tips it up. Walker on the follow. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the Jazz call time here. He's checked in for Utah. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Look at the Trailblazers. Right now the sixth best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And checking out Utah, just way behind. Will it go? Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's MP. And the basket is good. Williams has got 36.
And this is the thing about MP. He has the poise to take high percentage shots.
Pass to Martin. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Martin. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Over Sharp. Another miss by Utah.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Utah has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Collier, that's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
MP outside. Into the lane. Here's Klingon. Hendricks pulls it in. Hendricks has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Now let's take a look at the list of players who have been absolutely lighting it up. These are the NBA scoring leaders over the last 10 games. MP is second. In the third spot, Scoot Henderson.
These two guys are really enjoying themselves right now. It's been a scoring spree for both.
Free throw good, Martin. And the Jazz making a change here. Juzang's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. MP against Simmons. Back to Williams. Floats it up for Walker. Williams passes to Sharp. Good, and the assist goes to MP. And it's 7 points for Shaedon Sharp.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Simmons passes to Martin.
And how about the numbers here for Ben Simmons? Averaging about 7 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. But you look at the rebound totals, and it's a big part of what he does for this team.
Everybody has their strengths. Easy to see that rebounding is his, and he is honed in on it.
2 shots. Relax on the
first. First free throw is good. Williams, he's checked in for Utah. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Murray's checked in. And both free throws good for Martin. 1:11 left in the third. Outside Williams. Back to Sharp. Driving in. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And no one questions Sharp's ability to put the defender in some impossible positions.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. First one falls for him. And Utah making a change here. Springer's checked in. That one misses. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Jazz. The teardrop falls in.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
Pass to Sharp. Shoots the 3. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hendricks. Fires the 3. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Hendricks has got 7.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Outside Williams. 2 on the clock. That one good for 2. MP's got 14 points here in the second half. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Trailblazers out in front, delivering the blowout. From Delta Center, back in a moment. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
And as we hit. Utah ends up going with the new group. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. MP kicks to Thibault. Thibault off a pick from Williams. Tries it from the top of the key. Thibault can't get it to go.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots. Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
It's Henderson on the wing. There's the pick. Pass to Kamare. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Sensabaugh. 6 on the shot clock. Back to George. Going inside. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And that's now 25 points for George.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Henderson dishes to MP. Ayton a screen on George. Williams passes to Henderson. Hands it from downtown. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
Pass to Kessler. Left side Collins. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Trailblazers leading by 22. Outside Williams. It's Henderson on the wing. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. 37 points from Scoot Henderson. Utah's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Pass to Sensabaugh, and Sexton has it in the corner. Collins setting the pick for Sexton. And the shot goes down.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Here's Kamare. MP with it, defended by George. Williams kicks to Anderson. And the three off target. Utah shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Sexton dishes to George. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. Rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right. Williams against George. Williams passes to Henderson. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And George kicks to Sexton. Right side, Collins. There's the double team with Henderson. Pass to Sexton. Here's George. Defended by Thibault. George passes to Sexton. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Murray's checked in for the Trailblazers. Avdia comes in for Matisse Thibault. Here's MP. Excellent D there from George. So it's Utah now. Outside, Sexton. Outside, Collins. Williams against George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Sexton. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
Well, he plays both guard positions well. Sexton shows off that court vision.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Henderson right side. Outside Williams. Murray a screen on George. Floats it up for Murray. Picked off in midair. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Sensabaugh. Defended by Avdia. Collins setting the pick for Sexton. No good on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 23.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
Well, we saw some exceptional passes from him tonight. His vision did a lot to elevate their offense.
Back to Henderson. Puts up a 3. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Pass to Sensabaugh. That shot is off. Avdia with a defensive effort. Outside for Murray. Portland moving the ball around. Henderson finds MP. Back to Henderson. 6 on the shot clock. 8 and a screen on Sexton. Henderson, no good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. MP got the job done tonight, as usual. They call this place the phone booth. So dial up a double.